Not every hunt undertaken by a lion ends the way the predator intends. A single miscalculation, an unexpected counterattack, or the sudden arrival of a herd can rapidly shift the advantage. On the savannah, power always comes with risk, and even a lion must know when to back down. What happens when the prey decides to fight back to the very end? Predators do not always hold the upper hand. Across the savannas, grasslands, and open woodlands of East Africa, particularly around Tanzania's Serengeti African buffaloes, typically live in large herds. Adult males can weigh between 1,100 and 2,000 pounds, boasting sturdy bodies, powerful shoulders, and formidable defenses. When an aging lion lies low amidst the herd, the nearest buffaloes begin to alter their course and close the distance. As the gap narrows, the lion remains nearly motionless, trying to avoid drawing further attention. However, the buffaloes detect movement and suddenly charge, forcing the lion to spring up and dodge to the side. No sooner has the lion created some space than other buffaloes immediately close in from multiple directions. It constantly shifts position to evade the horns facing it. While it manages to escape a few steps at times, the pressure from the herd quickly returns. The confrontation intensifies as the buffaloes accelerate their charge, knocking the lion off balance and forcing it to scramble for an escape route. The lion nearly clears the area, but the buffaloes behind continue to pursue and apply pressure. After a counterattack leaves the lion injured, its ability to sustain the hunt diminishes significantly. It is forced to abandon the target and retreat from the herd. The hunt ends in defeat for the lion. The buffaloes leveraged their size, horns, and collective response to force the predator to withdraw as the risk of injury mounted. Living in a herd allows individuals to support one another and reduces the likelihood of any single member becoming isolated. In this encounter, collective defense was the decisive factor in the buffalo's survival. Across the savannas, grasslands, and open woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa, particularly in East Africa, such as Kenya and Tanzania, spotted hyenas often roam in packs, constantly sizing up their rivals. Their instinct to secure food drives them to close in whenever an opportunity arises. In this instance, a pack of hyenas spots a lioness guarding a kill, and individual hyenas quickly approach from multiple directions. As the gap narrows, the hyenas immediately circle the lioness, taking turns lunging to apply pressure before retreating in response to her reactions. The lioness pivots constantly. She suddenly charges at an individual that has ventured too close, causing the group to momentarily hesitate. However, the hyenas quickly close the distance again, shifting directions repeatedly to force the lioness to defend against attacks from multiple sides, just as another lion appears and joins the fray. The arrival of a pride mate significantly eases the pressure on the lioness. The newcomers immediately advance, driving back the nearby hyenas and forcing the pack to scatter and constantly change direction to avoid a head-on clash. Unable to maintain their encirclement, the hyenas quickly widen the gap and retreat from the area, leaving the lioness in possession of the kill. This confrontation demonstrates how a numerical advantage can shift rapidly as the balance of power changes. The hyenas had initially pressured a lone lioness, but the arrival of another lion significantly increased the risk of injury. By reassessing the situation and retreating in time, the hyena pack avoided prolonging a disadvantageous confrontation. In the savannas and grasslands near African rivers, lions frequently gather around water sources where various animals congregate. Instincts guide them to observe, time their actions, and react swiftly to danger. However, at the foot of a steep riverbank, a lion cub repeatedly struggles to climb up, unaware of movement in the water closing in behind it. A crocodile is stealthily approaching the cub. As the youngster scrabbles for a foothold on the bank and the adult pride above moves cautiously toward the water's edge, the crocodile suddenly accelerates. It seizes the cub and drags it into the water before the pride can react. The attack is so swift that the cub is cut off from the rest of the pride. The adults can only watch from the bank as the crocodile drags the cub away from the shallows and into deeper water in a matter of moments. The encounter ends with the crocodile victorious, leaving the pride unable to reach or rescue the cub. In the rivers, lakes, swamps, and slow-moving waters of Africa, hippos rely on their aquatic habitat and nearby grasslands for survival. Although primarily herbivores, hippos can react fiercely when their resting grounds, access routes to the water, or young are threatened. While moving along a stretch of river, a lion ventured too close to a pod of hippos. Within seconds, one hippo changed course and charged straight toward the lion. As the gap closed rapidly, the lion immediately noticed the approaching hippo. It held its ground for a moment, seemingly believing there was still time to leave, but the hippo suddenly accelerated in a direct charge. The lion instantly bolted, leaping into the water and swimming hard toward the bank. The hippo continued its pursuit through the water, forcing the lion to keep moving at full speed until it reached safety. The chase ended only when the lion climbed onto the bank and left the area. There were no signs of injury to the lion, but the hippo held the clear advantage. The hippo's aggressive defense of its territory forced the lion to abandon its approach and retreat, demonstrating how the environment can directly determine the outcome of a confrontation. Across the grasslands, savannas, and scrublands of East and Southern Africa, the rhinoceros is a formidable animal, characterized by a massive body, sturdy legs, and powerful neck and shoulders. While its thick hide offers protection against impact injuries, the animal remains vulnerable to harm. In this instance, a mother rhino stands guard over her deceased calf as two male lions begin to encroach on the area. As the gap closes, the mother rhino immediately turns to face the lions. Whenever a lion draws near, she charges, forcing it to quickly retreat and change direction. The two lions split up, constantly seeking an opening, but the mother rhino pivots to track their movements, keeping them at bay and away from her calf's body. The standoff lasts over an hour, yet the lions fail to get close enough to strike. The mother rhino holds her ground, actively charging whenever the lions attempt to approach. Faced with the increasing risk of injury, the lions eventually withdraw. The mother rhino successfully defends the area, and the hunt ends in failure for the lions. Across the savannas, grasslands, open woodlands, and arid regions of sub-Saharan Africa, elephants have adapted to a wide range of environments. The African bush elephant is the largest living land animal. Large individuals can stand about 13 feet tall, measure nearly 24 feet in length, and weigh several tons. When an elephant begins to charge directly toward a pride of resting lions, the tranquility is instantly shattered. The lions immediately lift their heads, rise to their feet, and track the elephant's every move. For a few seconds, the pride holds its ground, seemingly judging the distance to be safe. However, the elephant suddenly accelerates, forcing the nearest lions to turn and scatter rapidly in various directions. Some glance back as they flee, while the elephant continues to advance, denying the pride any chance to return to their original spot. Eventually, the gap widens, and some lions pause at a distance to observe. Yet, as the elephant takes a few more steps forward, the entire pride retreats further, with none attempting to approach again. The confrontation ends with the elephant holding the upper hand, forcing the lions to vacate the area. This outcome demonstrates how an elephant's size, weight, and aggressive response can completely alter a lion pride's decision-making. For lions, continuing to close in on a healthy, mature elephant carries a high risk of injury. Consequently, retreating is the safer choice, allowing the elephant to maintain its position without prolonging the confrontation. Across the savannas and open woodlands of Africa, the giraffe stands out due to its towering height and ability to survey the landscape from afar. Its massive frame and long, powerful legs allow it to maintain speed and deliver forceful blows in self-defense. While an adult giraffe commands caution from many predators, a pride of lions has spotted a target and begun the pursuit. The chase quickly intensifies as the giraffe lengthens its stride to maintain a safe distance. The lions behind fan out, attempting to close in from the flanks. Suddenly, a lioness accelerates and leaps, trying to latch onto the giraffe's forequarters. Instantly, the giraffe pivots and lashes out with its legs, knocking the lioness loose and sending her tumbling to the ground. This counterattack allows the giraffe to regain some distance, while the lioness is forced to slow down following the impact. The remaining lions continue the pursuit briefly, but fail to get close enough to subdue their prey. The giraffe keeps running and ultimately escapes the hunt, leaving the pride with no choice but to stop. The hunt ends in failure for the lions. The giraffe's leg power, balance, and well-timed reactions enabled it to fend off the attack. For the lions, persisting in their pursuit of a healthy adult giraffe carries a high risk of injury. In this instance, the giraffe's fierce defense forced the pride to abandon the hunt. The defensive reactions of prey, such as rapid evasion and the numerical advantage of herd animals, demonstrate that lions do not always control the hunt. In the wild, raw power must be coupled with precise timing and risk assessment. Retreating to abandon a hunt allows the lion to conserve energy and await a more favorable opportunity. It's not the roar or the speed, but the moment when space begins to narrow that signals an attack by wild dogs. From a safe distance, they move in formation, observing, adjusting, and waiting for the moment to close in on their target, cutting off all escape routes. As the encirclement closes, the movements become precise and continuous, and the outcome is often determined even before the actual chase begins. African wild dogs live on vast savannas, dry grasslands, and open forests in the sub-Saharan region. They prefer open spaces for observation and long-distance pursuit. Instead of ambushing, they move constantly, potentially traveling dozens of kilometers a day to patrol their territory. Every trail, patch of grass, or waterhole is part of a survival map that the pack remembers with great precision. The wild dog's most prominent instinct lies in their close coordination within the pack. Each hunt is a well-defined tactic, with each individual playing a specific role, such as leading, blocking, and pursuing. They communicate through vocalizations and body language, maintaining constant coordination. Thanks to teamwork, a small herd can still take down prey many times larger, becoming extremely effective predators. Among African predators, hyenas stand out for their ability to read the situation and adapt their behavior to circumstances. They can switch between hunting and fighting, and sometimes actively retreat to change positions before returning. This flexible approach makes encounters with other species vary depending on the situation. At such points of contact, the hyena is guarding the food when the pack of wild dogs appears and observes from a safe distance. They move around the perimeter, maintaining formation and narrowing the space around the target. When the space is squeezed, the pack of dogs simultaneously closes in and attacks. In the area near the food source, Both sides switch positions to maintain distance. The hyena advances and retreats, but the pack of dogs maintains pressure from multiple directions, not creating any space. Finally, the hyena retreats, leaving the food source. The difference lies in coordination and maintaining pressure. Along the Nile River system and the African swamps, crocodiles live closely connected to the water and rarely venture far from this area. They often lie still near the water's edge, where antelopes and zebras come to drink, taking advantage of the close proximity to their prey. This nearshore location makes the surrounding area prone to collisions when other animals move through. At the water's edge, a pack of wild dogs appeared and began observing. They circled, maintaining distance and constantly shifting positions to test the crocodile's reaction. When the crocodile turned and advanced, the dogs quickly closed in and then withdrew, maintaining pressure without direct contact. On dry land, the crocodile moved slowly as the dogs continued to squeeze space from multiple directions. The distance narrowed with each close approach, forcing the crocodile back toward the water's edge. Finally, the crocodile slipped into the water and left the area, ending the confrontation at the boundary between shore and water. In the African savanna, lions live primarily on wide grasslands, where they can easily access prey and observe their surroundings. They utilize thick bushes and open forests for cover, especially when hunting near water sources. In the Serengeti, tall grass allows lions to approach prey at close range, and these areas near water are often prone to collisions. Near the water source, a pack of wild dogs spotted the lion and began tracking it from a safe distance. They moved in a wide circle, maintaining a stable formation and gradually narrowing the space around it. Their prolonged presence created clear pressure, forcing the lion to choose between confrontation or retreat. When the pressure reached its limit, the lion suddenly accelerated to break through the circle and create an escape route. The dogs dodged directly, then quickly changed direction and closed in from multiple directions, maintaining a controlled distance. After being cornered repeatedly, the lion was forced to retreat, leaving the area to the dogs. The events unfolded rapidly, from observation to applying pressure and ending with a retreat. The movements were closely tied to the open space and the distance between individuals. Coordination and timing determined the outcome of the encounter. In the open forests and grasslands near rivers and lakes in Africa, elephants move in herds led by a leader. During the dry season, they can travel 30 to 50 kilometers per day in search of water, and their direction of travel depends on the lead individual. When approaching a water source, the herd's concentration can decrease, and this can easily lead to unexpected interactions. When concentration wanes, at a watering hole during the dry season, an elephant separates from its herd and is tracked from a distance by a pack of wild dogs. They move around the perimeter, maintaining formation and closing in on their target. As the elephant turns alert, the dogs maintain distance and gradually approach. From the narrow distance, both sides adjust their positions close to the water's edge. The elephant advances, maintaining space. The dogs withdraw and then reappear, avoiding direct contact. Finally, the elephant leaves the watering hole and moves away. The results demonstrate that maintaining distance and coordination determine the advantage in this situation. Among the large animals of the African savanna, the wild buffalo stands out for its strength and clear defensive capabilities. An adult can weigh from 1,100 to over 2,000 pounds, with thick muscles, a very strong neck, and a pair of curved horns that form a protective shield in front. They move in tightly structured herds, with the young in the middle and the adults surrounding them, and this protection depends on maintaining a stable distance. That gap begins to break when a young animal separates while foraging and is quickly spotted by the pack of wild dogs. Instead of immediately attacking, they spread out, maintaining distance and gradually cutting off the young animal's return path. When the gap is large enough, the entire pack accelerates, forcing the prey away from their protected area. Once pushed out of the pack, a short, continuous chase ensues across the open grass. The young animal turns repeatedly to rejoin the pack, but each direction is blocked by members of the pack. Ultimately, the gap is not closed in time, and the prey is subdued. In the open grasslands of Kenya, Tanzania, Botswana, and South Africa, impalas live in herds and rely on vigilance for survival. They react very quickly to sounds, often fleeing immediately without stopping to investigate. When pursued, impalas change direction constantly and leap high, and this reflex often leads them towards shallow water. Following a riverbank, a pack of wild dogs appeared first, moving parallel and maintaining formation to control the space. An impala crossing the river began to realize its escape routes were narrowing as the pack closed in. When the distance was close enough, one dog plunged into the water while the others quickly closed in from both sides, forcing the prey to constantly change direction. As the chase neared the shore, the impala accelerated and continuously changed direction to escape. The pack maintained a stable formation, splitting in direction and closing the distance with each movement. Finally, the impala was cornered and subdued. In Serengeti, Tanzania, warthogs must maintain almost constant vigilance on the vast grasslands, where danger can appear from many directions. They avoid dense forests because of limited visibility and a higher risk of ambush. An adult weighing between 150 and 250 pounds usually resides in abandoned burrows. But even this shelter is not always safe. That attention quickly became apparent when a pack of African wild dogs stopped around the cave entrance and began observing. They moved slowly, fanning out to control escape routes, maintaining distance and constantly applying pressure. With no other option, the warthog suddenly lunged out, and at that moment, the pack of dogs accelerated, closing the circle and turning in their direction. On the open grass, the chase continued in tense silence. The warthog tried to maintain distance and find an escape route, but the dogs constantly shifted positions to close in. Finally, the prey was subdued, and the pack of dogs stopped around their newly acquired target. Throughout these encounters, the defining characteristic of wild dogs is their ability to control space, maintain formation, and choose the precise moment to close in. This shows that the advantage lies not in individual strength, but in coordination and situational awareness at every moment. When the distance is narrowed at the right time, the outcome is often predetermined before the actual chase begins. And that is the deciding factor in the wild.